There you go.
Hey, we're old. We don't do anything quick.
So Pauline is new to the committee. She just joined in August. And unfortunately, we didn't meet in August. I decided to take the month off. Getting started here with the, I have an extra here, Pauline. I'm trying to see which one it is. That's the one from Paul. July 16th, no, September, oh, I don't have it.
July would have been, right?
Yeah, oh,
Pardon the
there he is.
interruption.
I was just
Hey, Alan.
saying,
Good afternoon.
this is our new member, this is Pauline.
Hi, Pauline. I'm Alan.
Hi, Alan. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
How you doing, guys?
Alan,
Pretty awesome.
Alan's been missing all summer.
It's not racing, right?
Not racing, Olympics. Watching everyone else race. Yeah, my racing days are behind me.
Yeah.
A fabulous, if I may say so, a fabulous video of you and your family coming up that hill.
Oh yeah, it's been.
I mean, in Paris. That
yeah,
was
yeah,
amazing.
it's been quite popular on the internet.
Oh man, you would be. Anyway, just had to bring that up.
Did you see the video, Fran?
No, I don't
Well,
know.
I'll share it with you guys after.
Okay.
Are we on record right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you guys after the meeting.
Okay.
It's pretty entertaining.
So the first order of business here is the attendees. And we have Pauline, Charlie, Alan, Jim, and Fred. And next item is the approval of the July meeting minutes.
So moved.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Next item is welcome to our new Bikeways committee member, Pauline Tees.
That's me.
Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about why you joined the committee?
First of all, I love the whole bike path. I do ride. I'm not great, but I love to ride. I just moved to Harwich in January, and I'm looking to get involved. Find out how the town works and in areas of interest for me. And this was where I had an area of interest, and so I thought, maybe I could participate, help out a little bit, figure out how it all works, and so that's why I'm here.
Good.
Great. Great.
Where were you from before?
So I'm from the Bolton area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and then my fiance lives down here, so I moved down here. And so yeah.
Apple picking.
Apple picking country, absolutely.
Everybody here's an experienced rider, so Charlie runs a group, an on-call group, I guess, or a pickup group.
It's a pickup group where basically when I ride, I just put out a text.
Oh, nice.
And if you'd like to join us, join us. If you want to get on the list, send me your email or whatever.
Yeah,
No text, I guess. It's a text.
What's your number?
My number is 508 437, no, 237 4768. Thanks.
Got it.
Sorry.
No worries.
And I'll send you, and the other group that you might want to consider is the newcomers group.
I'm in the newcomers group.
Okay,
I
now
did
there's a
join that.
biking division to that.
Okay.
Like they're riding tonight on the canal. I don't know if you know about that.
They're
It's
also
a nice
bowling
ride.
tonight.
Oh, well. You have to have a priority.
Only because I know I'm already signed up for that one.
You're getting involved, all right.
Yeah, you get
I'm
involved.
trying,
Bicycle, bowling.
I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Brewskis.
Bowling is good because you get you get to meet a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Good.
Next item on the agenda, which Paul was supposed to talk about, but he did send me an email letting me know what he found out from Link. The rebuild, I should take a step back here. The Director of Public Works, Link Hooper, has gotten a grant, has received a grant from the state to rebuild the whole Old Colony Rail Trail. At
Oh.
least that's how he's putting it, is the whole Old Colony Rail Trail. I don't know if you've been in back of Town Hall, all the little bumps.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And also, the committee in the past has put up these blinking lights at dangerous intersections. So we had planned to put up a blinking light at Oak Street, where the trail crosses Oak Street, and again where the trail crosses 124. And Link told us to hold off on that because with his grant, it's going to be included. They're going to straighten or they're going to modify the crossing at 124.
Okay. Wow.
And Oak Street, they're going to do something there also. These are two bad intersections that is plaguing him. So,
How big is the grant?
$1,192,153.50.
Approximately.
What's 50 cents?
Give or take.
What I
That's a
wanted
lot.
to
Cover
bring
half a
up-
light bulb.
What I wanted to bring up is, I'd like to talk to Link and the director of the water department about eliminating that hill or that dip. I've spoken to Link in the past about it, and he said, oh, that's the water department. We would have to cross through the well field, and the water department in the past has been reluctant to do that. So I don't know how to approach the two parties to get them thinking about this. I don't know what the reluctance is in crossing the well field.
Well,
I mean,
there's
we're not-
sand down the bottom often, where it dips all the way down, it's sometimes sandy.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
that's why I want to eliminate that
Yeah.
entirely, and as you're coming into that, you could go straight
If you're heading east.
and eliminate all of that. But like I said, in the past, there's been a lot of reluctance on Link's part, to bring it up because he said the property belongs to the water department, and the water department doesn't want anybody around their well field. So I think that this is a great opportunity with the rebuild of the Old Colony Rail Trail to get this done.
You know, just off the top of my head, I would think at a minimum, we should send a letter. Come from you. Say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Go
I
on,
mean,
right.
I could take a stab at it
Okay. That would be
and
great.
send it out and or send it out to everybody, for everybody's thoughts, and at least get something, because you're absolutely right when he's thinking of rebuilding that's the time to think about, get the parties together. So I think a letter is the best way to do it, isn't it? I mean, because then you get an answer back.
Yeah, it's hard to build a case for why we should be allowed to go through there when we don't understand the exact reason for why we're not allowed to go through there. But to your point, I know of at least one person, a family friend of ours, whose daughter wiped out on her bike when she hit the gravel going downhill. And if we showed the photos, it would raise a lot of eyebrows. I mean, she had a black eye, scrapes all over her face. Her mother is a nurse practitioner. In fact, she's either a nurse practitioner or a doctor, but in any event, her mother was right there, was able to take care of her immediately, so they didn't need to call an ambulance. They rushed her to the hospital. I mean, she looked like she had been mugged for weeks. And, frankly, it never occurred to me that we could perhaps get access to that. But I'm telling you, those photos would go a long way towards at least showing why the current solution may be a lot more dangerous than whatever the impact may be for
It's
the other
also
solution.
contiguous to to Thompson's Field, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's, the hill, like I personally love the hill for training, for running, because it's the only
like the
hill
hill,
anywhere
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But it's not accessible for people that are, like can't ride their bike uphill. Little kids have to get off their bike and push it. I would imagine that, older people may have to do that as well. And so there's a, whatever it is, the accessibility argument in addition to just the sheer safety of, or the lack thereof because of the runoff. So it's one way to start the conversation.
So, maybe I can put something together and I'll try to include, but.
I can send you
I'm looking,
photos
yeah.
of-
Well, it'll come to you, right?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
because you'd be the best to detail that, you know what I mean? I'll try to put something to gin up your memory. And I think we would have enough input and maybe kind of boil it down and send it off. I think that's,
Isn't there a new water commissioner, or soon to be one or something?
yes, yes.
That might be an opportunity too. I mean,
I
there's a
think,
precedent for roads going through the water. I mean, they have a road down there, so it's
Yeah.
not like there's no pavement in the water field, I don't think.
Right.
I don't know, but
I take my dog through there all the time, even though it says no.
Okay.
okay. Good
So
idea.
we'll do that. Charlie will draft a letter and get everybody's input, and I'll sign the letter and send it off to the parties to be. We asked for 3 speed limit signs to go on the Old Colony Rail Trail, mostly because it would agree with what Chatham did and what's on the Cape Cod Rail Trail. They have speed limit signs, so Harwich was missing. So we asked for 3, and Link put up 4. He's saying there's no way to enforce this, but it's out there.
Fran, is the grant for Chatham too, or just?
No, just for Harwich.
No.
Chatham does have their speed limit signs up.
No, I meant for the
redo.
Oh, for the region. I'm sorry.
Are the 4 signs already installed or
Yes.
there? Okay.
Okay. The note from Link said that he installed 4 15-mile-an-hour signs on the Old Colony Rail Trail months ago after discussing with the police department's traffic safety officer. I don't know why it had to go there. He probably said, yeah, sure. Do whatever you want to do. And there was another project that the Public Works Department is involved in that's coming along in the future, and that's safe routes to schools. And they're going to be putting in sidewalks along South Street, Sisson, and Main Street, I think.
Yeah.
And I had asked if we could get some signage to direct people off the rail trail, off the Old Colony, no, it's off the Cape Cod Rail Trail.
Yeah.
To get them down South Street. And they said that that was already part of their plan. And Link is saying that the project is moving along. The design is entirely funded by Mass DOT, as is the construction. The town has to secure a right-of-way, which will fall on him and require a town meeting article. This is a $2,417,460 project and is currently scheduled for the autumn of 2025.
I'll make one comment. I mean, the thing we should keep in the back of our mind is changing our map to reflect that when that happens. It's too early right now, I get that, but
But our map
just
just covers the old Colony Rail Trail.
true.
Well, in fact, it is the old Colony Rail Trail. It's east of the Rotary, so it's old Colony Rail Trail. And there's the crossing that I had mentioned before. There's already a right of way, effectively. It's Uncle Harry's Road. I had reached out to these folks 2 years ago about adding a crosswalk at Uncle Harry's Road
Okay.
and having Uncle Harry's Road actually be paved over to the rail trail. And that's not a huge budget. And that's something that we'll work on in the future. I tried to get it rolled into this project, but I was too late.
Okay.
Where is Uncle Harry's Road
Yeah, I
at?
don't know either.
Well, it's right here. So this is
Okay.
Main Street.
Yeah.
Doesn't like. That's the Rotary right there.
Okay.
Uncle Harry's Road it's a dirt road,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it crosses the rail trail right there.
Can you go this way a little bit and see it? Good, yeah. Or
But that part's not on the map. You know, the surrounding.
there is a, yeah.
Right. It's not under that.
Well, where does it end? Where would it end?
The school. The
school.
The Safe Routes to School is basically creating safer access from town to the school.
elementary
The
school?
elementary school, yeah.
By
So they're
across
putting,
from the police
exactly, so the elementary school is on
Sisson.
Sisson, it's on Sisson Road.
No, south.
Sorry, it's on South Street.
South Street.
So
Yes,
the-
okay.
The sidewalks will go up south to Main and then all the way into town. If Sisson Road is included in this plan, I wasn't aware of it at the time. I didn't think Sisson Road was included in the plan. I thought it was to give access from town to the school. So I thought the new sidewalks are going to go up south to Main and then Main from south to Sisson.
Are these sidewalks wide, like, kind of like, you know how in Dennis they have the,
Like multimodal.
yeah, I mean, you can ride your bike.
I don't know.
We don't know. Could be a regular sidewalk, like 4 feet or 5 feet.
Yeah,
or
this
8
this
feet.
doesn't say Sisson Road.
No.
Right.
I thought maybe that.
Oh, yeah. So
website.
I've looked at that pretty extensively in the
Okay.
past because I tried to get them to loop this in there. I reached out to the school, I reached out to the DOT, but the application had already been reviewed and funded, or at least allocated for the next budget cycle. So they basically were like, yeah, sorry, you're too late. It's a good idea, but not in this cycle. So, but look, like the access is there, so we can add signage. We can, the town certainly should be able to add signage to the road that says Old Colony Rail Trail right there.
The meeting that I attended, they were talking about signage coming off the rail trail on the road that goes to the cemetery
Oh, right, that little,
and then onto Main Street. And they
Island
said
Pond.
Island Pond.
there was gonna be a crossing light a crossing light at there and at South Street. It's an
Yeah.
idea anyway.
I think if they had some access from Uncle Harry's Road, that would be fantastic. I mean, it avoids getting all over Main Street and everything. I mean, you can get.
Yeah,
Really?
either works. Uncle Harry's Road felt, because it was closer to the rail trail, to the actual Cape Cod Rail Trail on the Rotary,
Right.
and having not been paved, seemed like it was better for working, rolling an improvement in it. But
How many people live on Uncle Harry's Way?
I think 2.
Yeah.
Do you think that they would object to having the road paved? Because there's always an objection when.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but
I was gonna say,
It's a tough
not
call. I mean, I
uncommon.
didn't go knocking on doors, so
I would,
You know.
if I lived there, probably. I don't want people going by, if I haven't had it before.
Yeah, the idea was that was basically a way to have an additional, probably half mile of the route to school from town be on our rail trail as opposed to on the sidewalk along Main Street. So,
Well, it's scheduled for a year from now, so
That's great.
I guess we'll see what happens.
yeah, it's a good project. It's definitely
Good
going to make a vast improvement. And if there's a crosswalk at either what's the street with the cemetery?
Island Pond, it's
Yeah,
called.
Island
It's just a
Pond
cemetery
or
name.
Uncle Harry's Way. One of those two streets gets a crosswalk, and now we have, a clear direct route to the school. Because here's the thing, if you're coming from the west side of Harwich on the rail trail, you're now gonna have to go all the way down into town, into Main Street, to get on a safe sidewalk and come all the way back, as opposed to just going down, either banging a right on Uncle Harry's or banging a right on the street that I keep forgetting the name.
The cemetery.
Cemetery Street. So, in any event, like once the project's in place, I'm not sure if there's an existing crosswalk at Island Pond. I know there is not at Uncle Harry's though.
And are there sidewalks existing already on
Yeah,
South
but
Street?
they're like janky sidewalks. They're like maybe 24 inches. They're paved. They're very bumpy. Like it's not even safe enough to like walk a stroller on.
Yeah,
So.
Okay.
they're like old.
And what about Main Street? You think, or do you know if they're gonna have sidewalks on both sides of the Main Street?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just on the south side of Main Street. The plans that I looked at were only putting sidewalks on the south side of the street.
The next item on the list is committee reorganization. I'd like to see if anybody would like to volunteer to be a clerk, so I don't have to do this all the time. And I'll be going away, I'll be going to Florida after the October meeting. So would somebody wanna run the meetings from here?
I nominate Paul.
Paul? That's how I
Teach
got,
him to miss a meeting.
that's how
No,
I
he's
got
good at that though. He's
Listen,
well
not gonna lie.
organized.
I personally think Paul would be volunteering for this.
Yeah.
Because Paul has generally been. Who has taken the minutes in the past? You or Paul? It was one of you guys.
He was,
It was Paul taking the minutes.
yeah.
So
His trouble writing, so.
I'm not going to volunteer, Paul. You tackle that, but I bet that Paul would have stepped up because I'm
sure.
not going to volunteer for this because I am the worst at this role.
I'm sure he'd be really happy that the committee had so much confidence in him and his abilities. I think it's unanimous. I mean, unless somebody has an objection.
I know Paul, and he wouldn't want it.
No,
Yeah,
No,
Oh,
he's done it before,
Oh,
and his
yeah,
hand is shaky.
Oh, for taking notes?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's heavily
would you want the
involved in
same
Cranberry
person to
Festival.
take notes?
like to do the minutes?
yeah.
Why don't we just, you brought your iPad. Why don't we just install an AI note transcriber onto the iPad and do it that way?
There you go.
What is that?
It's an artificial intelligence driven, it listens and then
We don't
it
have to
literally
be
makes, well, it makes notes of the meeting.
Oh, really?
Like
It takes all
it
your
doesn't
notes.
actually it transcribes, but then summarizes and does bullet points
Wow.
and
What's
it's,
the name of it?
there's lots of them.
Oh,
It's
really?
driven
Joe,
by
you'll have
AI.
to remember to bring your iPad up.
I will therefore volunteer starting at the next meeting. How's that?
Good man.
Okay,
And
Done.
I don't want to download it.
You
now.
can help him.
Yeah, Ellen will get me
Yeah,
going.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have used ChatGPT.
That would be great.
See, if you've used ChatGPT, you're ahead of,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
90% of the
What's the name
people.
of it?
ChatGPT is one of the AI engines that,
I
It
live
does
and
this.
breathe by chat. An email, a letter, a conversation, nothing goes out without me going through
It's
chat.
amazing,
An
yeah.
ad, anything will go through ChatGPT.
oh,
I love
just
it.
got our second volunteer.
Yeah, okay, you
Yeah, I was
can be
gonna
my-
say.
You can be my assistant, or I can be your assistant.
We're all
I
set.
think you're ahead of me, actually.
I'm geographically challenged. I'm writing all this down. I'm like, I gotta go to my map afterwards so I can learn all this a little bit better.
So guys, I've been the vice chair of this committee and I love that role. I am not going to be in a position to chair these meetings or be the person present at the meetings after early January because my family and I are moving temporarily to Europe. So,
Oh, wow.
so I'm going to be gone pretty much all of next year.
Where are you going?
I'm Holland.
Really?
For the bicycle infrastructure, yeah. Holland and France. So I want to continue to, we're planning on coming back, and I want to continue to be active on the committee. But in order to have these meetings with Fran being in Florida, we need either the chair or the vice chair in the room here for the meetings. And Fran will be in Florida, and I'll be in Europe after the beginning of January. So come the end of the year, we're going to need a new vice chair.
I nominate Charlie.
You know,
I'll ask this question. If you are the chairman, can you do it for a year?
yeah.
Because I mean, I'm spread a bit thin. It doesn't look that to physically look at me, but
Yeah, I can, in the past I've run the meetings from Florida.
I know, and I'm actually here, so yes, and I'm kind of involved in a lot of things, and my mantra has been to cut back. So
But you accept.
I'll accept it for a year. I'll say it that way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda says that there was some discussion amongst the committee about approaching the CPC for bike helmets and bike lights for the J1s. Paul had approached the chairman of the CPC, and he said he would bring it up to the committee. However, the committee hasn't met yet, and
The J1s have gone home.
and it's going nowhere.
Well, it would be for the following year, though.
Right, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, because they don't meet till
But
October, November.
we need to get an application in by sometime in October in order to have it considered for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we don't even know if we can do that.
I was just saying, yeah, because how much would you ask for, or because
And is it one of the things that they're willing to fund?
yes.
Well, didn't they fund that church, the guy that was in the,
Yes,
I forget his name.
Paul
Yeah.
did make contact with him.
I forgot
And
his name too.
He gave that individual helmets that Ed McManus from the
I want to say
Kiwanis.
Krim. Yeah, Kiwanis, yes.
he gave, they were sitting around in Ed's house, and Ed was happy to give them to Paul, and Paul passed them on to that minister. And that's what I thought we could do, is if we got this grant, we could buy the helmets and give them to the minister
Because he distributes them.
who knows that the individuals that he gives the helmets to will use them.
You know, and another avenue is the people from Cape Cod Healthcare who ran the event at the community center. They have helmets and lights and stuff that they give out at those presentations, and it may just need a call and some kind of a event or meeting of the person who knows about the J1 with the people from Cape Cod Healthcare.
Did you get her number? Or?
No, I although I think we could find that.
Is that affiliated with Spalding?
It is not Spalding. I would say it's she was a trauma nurse at the Cape Cod Hospital and took this on as an ancillary job. So they have, they give out bike safety equipment to as many children as they can. They came here to Harwich and did it through the community center, and I would think that that's just a meeting of the minds on that. I think that they're looking for avenues, so I think it's just like Paul may have his number, and we may be able to come up with I think I could probably find out who that lady was. She was very, very, very kind and looking to give away safety equipment. So
Is there any
either Carolyn or
That's who I was thinking of, yeah.
Reagan was her name.
Yes.
She was the,
I guess Reagan was, yes,
she ran the,
okay,
back in June, July,
yeah.
the community center put on a bike safety, bike wash event for children, young children. And they had about 10 kids there. And there was this person from Cape Cod Healthcare / Cape Cod Hospital that came and gave out helmets to any of the kids that wanted a helmet.
How many are you talking for the J1? Like, what's the number that we're looking at?
I
Just
don't think
curiosity.
we know.
Okay.
And I think that number is fluid, correct?
Yeah, I think it's a
Based
lot,
on
I don't know what a lot means.
international agreements and how many people come,
Right.
or are allowed to come. I mean, it's complex. And so it's variable, but they end up being here and they end up riding their bikes to get to jobs and whatnot, so that it's something that is well needed. No question about it.
Does it always have to go through grants, or can it go through personal, other funding? And please, I apologize if I'm stepping out of turn here.
No.
You know, the places like, your Waquasas, your CBIs, like all these places that employ these people, right?
Exactly.
Do any of them have any skin in the game to help out with something like that? Or is
That's
that
what-
something that no one's willing to go
I think
down that
that's what
route?
that minister does.
Oh, okay.
That's what
think.
I think that's true too.
Yeah.
He has a contact to the individuals. I don't exactly know how, and he is the go-between person, I think, and just getting him to meet with her would be so good.
But they would have done it in the past if they could have.
Although I think the people from Cape Cod Healthcare are relatively new. In talking with that lady, it was something she took on as an additional duty to her already busy schedule. And she's running this thing, and it's fairly involved. They do a lot of things. Okay. So I talked to her for a while, just picking her brain. And I think if we just ask her,
that's why I thought maybe you had her number, could you?
Yeah, I don't have her number, yeah.
Just a reminder that the committee members should look at the Harwich Bikeways and pedestrian website and mention to me or to Caleb about something that they would like to see on the website.
Okay, yeah.
And the final thing I have on the agenda is the meeting date for next month. The third Tuesday of next month.
So
22nd?
October 22nd.
No, it's the 15th. Isn't it?
Yeah, first, 8th, 15th.
Did you say the second or the third?
I thought you said third Tuesday?
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. I was skipping over the first week.
I did too.
15th.
Right.
Wow. Too sharp for us.
At 1 o'clock?
Yes, that's another thing we can bring up. Does anybody care about the time that we meet? Is 1 o'clock good? Would we like
Working
to?
for me.
Looks good,
That's fine.
like it.
Okay.
Better than cocktail hour.
Don't want to interrupt that.
When do we change the clocks?
November, I thought.
November?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
New York City Marathon weekend, so that's first Sunday in November.
Okay. Meeting adjourned. Unless somebody would like to.
I like to just
Sure.
want, I saw something today from this Vision Zero injuries or something.
Yeah, I saw
thing.
that too.
Yeah.
Where was it?
I
can't
got it on
find
it came up on my Google search thing or something like that, so I looked at it, and I don't know about you, but it's a map.
Yeah.
And then if you have a issue or comment you can make on this map, and it's put out by the Cape Cod regional commission maybe or somebody. There was a woman named Kimberly maybe who put it up. I don't know. I just encourage you to look at it. And I made comments on it. It seemed to me, just as it was kind of new to me, but they had like places where there had been accidents.
Yeah.
But the places where we know that are troublesome areas, like we've been talking about Oak Street or 124, where we crossed the trail, they weren't mentioned. They were not on
Mostly
there.
down by Falmouth and that area.
Yeah, there was.
But I got the thing too. Then I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe
What was the site?
I don't remember.
if I've got it, I'll just forward it because I thought maybe somebody else had seen it. And it's in a way, it's kind of cool because it just says you pick a spot. In theory, this would work coolly, and it says like this was a motor vehicle accident, or they had bicycles, I think, and you push the button and touch it, and it comes up and has someone commented on it already. And for example, in my case, I saw this thing at the corner of South Street and Sisson there. Somebody had commented, they said, this is an extremely dangerous intersection. We should have speed bumps on all 4 sides of it. And I thought, no, we shouldn't. This is a fairly ordinary, in my opinion, ordinary intersection. You look, you stop, you look both ways. You know, there's cars and stuff, and bikes and stuff like that, but it's not like an extraordinarily dangerous spot to me. But to me, it seems like people could overreact in the interest of creating zero chance of an accident occurring. You know, that's their goal. The vision says it's vision zero accidents. I thought, to me, if you wanted to have zero accidents, you would, ban automobiles. I don't know, create a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit everywhere. I mean, people sort of need to use some common sense. If you're on a bicycle, you know that the other vehicles on the road are probably bigger than you, and you should, they may not stop. First.
Oddly enough, that intersection of South Street and Sisson is the only place in town that I'm aware of almost having a car accident.
Okay.
My wife had a car pull out right in front of her, and she almost swerved right off the road.
Okay.
And then, like weeks later, I had somebody pull out. Right, I'm just driving up Sisson Road, and somebody pulls out on South Street. And I don't it seems like a regular intersection, but I don't know. Maybe the people that are driving on South Street are idiots.
I'll confess that I saw a guy who's watching he's watching cars coming this way. He's going to make a right-hand turn.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see that this girl was coming up on his right to go across the intersection as a bicyclist, and he turned in and hit her. I mean, he went hit her at 0.03 miles per hour, and she just said, "No, I'm okay." But it seems
For whatever reason,
I got it.
That intersection, people that are crossing Sisson at South.
Yeah.
Maybe I've never actually crossed Sisson from South. I've only been driving on Sisson, but I'm aware of at least two near misses there.
Yeah.
Is this the map?
That's the one.
So it's, if you just Google Vision Zero Cape Cod,
That's it.
then it pulls up the commission, and then when you pull up the commission website, there's a place to pull up the map. And then you can,
Okay.
and so it's like a crowdsourcing of what's going on with accidents and things
Zero
like
Cape
that.
Cod.
That's a nice site. No
Pauline,
question about it.
I really think based on that
Oh, no.
right,
Oh, no,
you
no, no.
just demonstrated your ability to be the clerk.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy to assist you, but you have
I
some
have
great
just
potential.
demonstrated that I don't know what the hell I'm doing so far.
You
So
and I are both old school here.
this will be a learning curve for me.
All right, well,
I will help out.
we can collaborate.
And any help that you
All right,
need,
okay.
I will help out with. How does that sound?
All right, okay.
I'm here for you.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Yep,
Yes.
thanks, guys.
Oh, you wanna see this?
How did you zero?
So I Googled, let me go back